There's a thing about dreams. They come and they go. They change and grow as life shapes you into who you are and who you become. 10 years ago, we would have looked ahead at our lives and said that we just wanted to live simply, have a house surrounded by a good community and a good school district for our sons, be accomplished in our careers, and make a positive impact on the world in little ways. Fast forward to 2022, when we spent our very first 10-day cruise aboard my dad's 37.5 Hunter Legend, the trip that changed our dreams of today. That's how the story started. We started searching and searching, you guessed it, Facebook Marketplace. After selling both our 16-foot fishing skiff and our travel trailer, we put together enough money to seriously start looking at some sailboats. We were looking in the $5,000 to $10,000 range, something with enough space that our family of four could sleep comfortably, and something that we could use to learn. We needed a starter boat that we could also comfortably spend long weekends on. After quite a few duds, we found this 1981 Catalina 30 that seemed like it may be a good fit. After heading to take a look, we got a good feeling about the boat, and we decided to take the plunge. Boat ownership is funny. You don't truly know what you're getting into until you sail away, and it became apparent that we had our work cut out for us to make Driftwood what we wanted her to be.
Mommy, it's raining this way super hard.
It's not leaning nowhere near where it's going to be in a minute.
I know, because of our... Alright, do we have a thing sticking down at the bottom? Like how deep does it go down though?
4 foot.
We bought the boat in central New Jersey, but our home marina would be in Maryland on the upper Chesapeake, a couple hundred nautical mile journey. For us, this sail would be more than a challenge, sailing a boat we've never operated in waters we were unfamiliar with. Thankfully, after posting to a couple of sailing Facebook groups, we found a captain that was up for the challenge. To say this was a rocky and unpredictable journey was an understatement, but our captain kept his confidence as he safely sailed our boat down the coast of New Jersey to the Marsh River, where we were confident we could take it from there. The Marsh River Marina was close to our home and gave us the ability to do quite a few projects on the boat while the boat was in New Jersey. We kept Driftwood there for a whole month, and we sailed and sailed in windy conditions with bad currents. The very first time we went out sailing, we called my dad on speakerphone, and he raced down the road to the East Point Lighthouse so he could get a very first glimpse of us as we learned from Driftwood. We took advantage of the time we had her in New Jersey, and we reupholstered the cushions, gave the galley a makeover, gave her a good cleaning, and added some upgrades to her to make her seaworthy of the sail from the Marsh River to the Chesapeake Bay. After finishing up our projects and stocking the boat with plenty of snacks, it was ready for the haul from the Marsh River to the Chesapeake Bay. Although they started out in bad weather against the current, my dad and Richie pushed through as they made the journey through the Delaware Bay and the C&D Canal, a 14-hour trip. It felt like such a relief that Driftwood was finally home in the Chesapeake, just in time for some amazing fall sailing. After making this 1981 Catalina 30 a member of the family, we knew she needed a new name. Her name was Ascendia, but we really didn't believe it was a good fit. Ascendia had been used and sailed, but not truly cared for, at least in the past 15 years. This boat had good bones, and the TLC we were providing was all that she needed to be perfect. After quite a few name ideas, the Big Gherkin, the North Star, Breaking Wind, we all agreed on Driftwood because this boat was aged and weathered, but was still floating, perhaps becoming better with age, just like Driftwood. Our very first sailing weekend of 2023, we sailed to Still Pond, or as I like to call it, the Unstill Pond, since it always seems to be windy and rocky and not at all still. We had a great sail and we rafted up with the sailing vessel Penury's prize for the weekend. We fished and we cooked, we watched the sunset, and it was a great opening to the 2023 season. But with the good, there's always the difficult. Sunday morning, Driftwood would not start. Because she was stocked with likely her original motor, we had been doing small maintenance, but she always started with no issues, and this morning, the motor kept turning over but would not fire up. If you take one piece of advice from me, get yourself a tow membership. US Towboat was on scene in about 30 minutes and had us towed back to our marina in no time. After troubleshooting the motor, we realized that it just needed a new starter, so a pretty affordable part later, and Driftwood fired up with no problem every time after that. There are good times and there are hard times, but there are never bad times. Driftwood was a $9,000 boat that was never the prettiest boat on the dock. I wanted to change that. There is something powerful about a fresh coat of paint and refinished teak, and these were projects that anyone could do. I painted the non-skid surfaces a bold battleship gray, sewed some new cockpit cushions, and refinished the exterior teak and had Driftwood looking like she got a makeover. I finally felt like I could sit back and enjoy this boat that we had put so much work into. The rest of the summer was pretty smooth sailing, up until we got the call about Water Break needing a new family. If you don't know that story, check out our very first YouTube video. I'll post the link in the comments. We only owned Driftwood for a little over a year, but the impact she had on us will last forever. Driftwood taught us so many sailing lessons, maintenance lessons, project lessons, and she truly brought us closer together as a family. We're looking forward to seeing her out on the water one day. Don't be afraid of jumping into your very first sailboat with a vessel that needs a bit of work. It's the perfect way to start with a shell that you can truly make your own.